Buenos dias, Gunnerz Collective. Back at it? You already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. This is the remix. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Hey. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Guard the remix. Bye-ya. Bye-ya. Orderly Goldtoes on the north side. This is how we ride. Red rag till we trip out on this, man. Welcome to Gunnerz Reviews, my music reviews. First one, right? I usually don't do this, but I felt I had to because this is for the brown people. This is for the black people. This is for the woods, brother, right? And in Benulo style in direct fashion, you guys see that? You guys see the thumbnail, man? Cash Money Lavish D. Hardest homie in the streets. I represent the 23. Keep a chopper on the seat. Lavish D did a collaboration with Bands. Okay, Bands 707. You already know what it is. One of the best young rappers out of Northern California. There's no denying it. His music goes, okay? But they didn't do this by themselves. This monster of an album that they dropped this morning on GT Digital Black and Brown Entertainment, best believe that, Goldtoes presents Politicking and Mobbing, Cash Money Lavish D, and of course that boy Bands, right? Two monsters in the game out of Northern California. Of course you have Cash Money Lavish D out of the Sacramento area. You already know, ain't nothing scarier than seeing a brother walking down the street with a pit bull terrier. And then, of course, Band 707, man, the representamos of what he has going on is very real, right? Now, Goldtoes brought this under the Black and Brown Entertainment label. And the reason he did this is because, guess what? You see that behind me? He's been doing it, okay? He's been presenting a platform for the homeboys to come together on some Black and Brown shit, right, and really make it happen. Now, I listened to this album. If you haven't listened to this album, this was a very anticipated album from myself and others around me that know that these two guys are monsters in the rap game. Lyricists to the beat. Ain't no one messing with no Lavish D, homie, and ain't no one messing with no Bands. You know, Bands, a young brown brother, man, straight up, is with the business on the microphone. Maybe in the streets too, but I can't call it like an alcoholic. One thing I do know for sure is he definitely got flow. And I like his music, so I've been anticipating an album. When I first got an inkling, a behind-the-scenes look that this was being worked on and being brought out by Goldtoes, I was impressed. I was impressed that he was able to bring these two monsters of the mic together to drop a black and brown collaboration. Now, you remember when 17 Reasons came out, it was something different. Up until that point, yeah, you had brothers, a few brothers on songs with Mexicans and vice versa versus the vice, right? We did already, shout out to Vice. We had all that going on, but we never had an album that was for us, the minority, the peoples that were oppressed. The oppression was real, so we had to come out, man, on some real stuff. No, this ain't no Usher. This ain't my confession. This is my profession. And what I'm telling you guys here is when 17 Reasons came out, everybody bumped it. I know in Northern California, we, like I said, take me higher. We were on it. Black and Brown movement started right then and there. Shout out to JT, the Bigger Figure Fig out there doing it. Of course, man, Julio Goldtoes, you already know. And everyone else that was involved in that collaboration, it blew up. And I think that was right there, was the catalyst, you know, for Julio. I think that was the catalyst for Goldtoes getting put on the map. And he took that and he ran with it and he put on so many more homies and so many more brothers, man. It's what that man does and what that man brings to the plate for the brown community and the black community, man, by far outweighs what a lot of people have done in 40 years. Now, I'm telling you, this new album that was dropped just this morning, you know, somewhere along the lines, man, I had the privilege of listening to this album, the whole album, smacking, right? Look, I'm not going to tell you guys to listen to something that ain't real, something that's really from the streets, from two individuals that are really in them streets like that. It's not very many times, man, you get two real ones on the microphone together. Now, you know, we've had Dr. Dre's and whoop-de-whoop all days, and at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Yankee Jane, wipe that lipstick off, that's it. We've had a lot going on, but with two monsters of the mic coming together like this for this album, Politicking and Mobbing, wow. Make sure you guys tap in. You know, like I said, I've never promoted music. It's never been my get down. But for this one, and this one right here, I'll say banger, banger after banger, the bangers. Bangers, homie. You know, Cash Money Lavish D, let's talk about him a little bit. I remember when the homie first put me onto him, he was like, hey, you ever heard of CML? And I was like, who the hell is that? And he said, this brother right here. I said, this brother with the snakes about his head? You know what I mean? No, I don't want his cornbread, right? Who is this? And he said, nah, this fool's tight. He's out of sack. You know, and I was listening. At that time, I used to listen to Mozzie, that camp, what they had going on, you know what I mean? Blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, I realized that Cash Money Lavish D was on the other side of the fence, man. And there was some type of beef, and I didn't really want to get involved in that beef. But at the same time, man, I was eating a sandwich corn beef. And I said, all right, what's going on here? And I realized that it was an internal conflict and something that was going on in the streets. So I said, well, these obviously are two real individuals right here. So let me hear what this Cash Money Lavish D has to say. And I was hooked. Just like that, his music was slapping, slumping, bumping a little something, right? So I faded off of it. All right, this is cool. This guy goes. And I became a big fan of his music, and I played his music every day. I felt like I was involved in the Sacramento politics. I was putting pinkies up, pinkies down, all kinds of shit, right? But I was really with the music. Now, everything I've ever heard about that individual is he's a real one. He's really out there in Sac moving like that. You know, he's really Big Bank Hank. He's really Heavyweight Hank. He's making that money. He's doing his thing. You know, his record label that he started, you know, Banked Up Entertainment, they was really doing it. And I was really on, you know, listening to their music. I remember one time I got ran up on because Cash Money. If you're listening to this, Lab, you owe me a t-shirt. And it's by proxy because what happened, bro, look, I ain't even wearing no t-shirt on this, just a tank top. I was cruising one day, I was bumping his music, and I pulled up to an area where I guess there was Mozzie fans. And they felt some type of way about me. But at the end of the day, all they did was rip off my t-shirt and hit me with a couple tiger uppercuts. You know what I mean? The knife game was real that night. They just say that, allegedly. Now, like I said, I'm willing to go to the dirt for this man's music. His music is that good. When I heard that he hooked up with Goldtoes for some collaborations or signed through GT Digital, I was very proud of two things in life. One, that I recognized his talent way before a lot of others did. And two, that Goldtoes, man, was the man to bring him to the plate to really take his career to the next level. Now, Lavish D, man, has been doing it. He stands on his own 4. When I say 4, man, 2 feet right there, 2 feet more. You know what I mean? He's doing it. And that's not to be denied. You know, a lot of people are on some sucker shit, man, and they don't give someone that came up out the mud any love. I'm here to say he's real. Now, when it comes to bands, I don't know too much about this individual. I don't know Steve from Adam, Spark Delano. All I know is the homeboy is a funky norteño, and allegedly. And his music is good. And when I say norteño, I don't mean no gang stuff, man, because I'm not trying to get anyone validated. Spencer. I'm just saying he's from Northern California. Representamos is real. Bang, bang. Now, I love his music. He stands out amongst the rest. See, to me, the way I rock, if I hear music, I'm like, people get at me every day. Hey, Gunner, can you listen to my song? Can you listen to my song? Because I know a little bit about the music game. The wind blows on here just a little bit. I mix in mob. I mix in mob, and I mac in mob. So, when people get at me every day, if I hear it, I'll tell you straight up. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing, add preservatives. I'm going to tell you you're al boo-boo, or you're good in the hood. But if you're great, if you got POC status or NIP status, I'm going to let you know that too. And I'm going to be privileged to even listen to your music. So there's been people I told them, yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You can spell it without the G because the G ain't in you. But, you know, there's some that I say you could add an extra H because the ho is in you. Or I'm in the ho. I just don't know. But one thing I know for show, and for surely though, is that this guy Bands has it, man. He stands out amongst the rest of his group. He's very good. His verses, the way he kicks his lyrics, he's on, right? So for when they came together, when I was told, man, they were coming together on a project, and then it dropped today, not yesterday, today, just this morning, I got to tell the people. I got to send all my peoples that mess with me. You know, if you guys like good bangers, slumpers, slappers, go tap in with the new Cash Money Lavish D and Bands collaboration on Black and Brown Entertainment presented by Julio Goldtoes. No doubt every song slaps on there. Make sure you tap in, okay? I just wanted to drop this quick one, let everyone know the album is, hey, you can get it on Apple iTunes right now, man. Go download that, man. Hey, I'm telling you right now, you ain't missing the beat. You know what I mean? Unless you're missing the beat. And that shit is real, you know? With that being said, hey, shout out to everybody that produced that album. Shout out to Real Ones. This is Gunner's Music Review. Do I think the jams are slappers? I do. Do I think that this is Black and Brown all over again? It is. And see, we need that, especially with what's going on right now. You know, with everybody, you know, hating on each other, everyone trying to kick in doors down. I know there's a little bit more semblance of conversation that goes on behind the scenes. I know brothers that are talented and Mexicanos that are talented get together, sit there like bosses, con cigarros, eating lamb chops, and really get together and politic on some real things. And that's why this album is called Politicking and Mobbing, because they're mobbing to the spot to go politic a little bit. You know, real ones do real things, and that's a fact. This album right here is probably the best album of 2023, the slumper, the banger. And of course, who brings it to you? Well, who always brings you the dope stuff? Black and brown, man. Julio Goldtoes. With that being said, move with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about you and your familia. It's all about the struggle to strive and the strive to struggle. I'm going to do it. Can you do it? Do it. That's it. I said, guard. And Woods. Coffee? No, I said Woods. Let's do it. You already know what it is, man. Bang, banging in that fashion, gang. If you like this, hit that thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I honestly, really, and truly believe in, and that's the coming together of all people. Man, in the north side, this is how we ride. And now it's politicking and mobbing. The game got real. Shout out to Goldtoes and all them in that camp. Bang, bang.